What happens if you get a big bill you can't pay? Most of us have two choices. We can either save up more money or borrow from a bank. Governments have a few more options, and that could pose a big problem for Canadians. Back in December, Federal Finance Minister Bill Morneau predicted the deficit for our current fiscal year would be about $28 billion. Then the coronavirus hit the economy like a sledgehammer. The deficit was updated to $113 billion, then $184 billion, then $252 billion. And we might not be done with the revisions. As a result of all this massive government spending, Canada's debt to GDP ratio is now heading to levels not seen since the early 1990s. And while everyone is currently focused on ending the lockdown and getting their lives back to normal, dealing with all this new debt remains a serious issue. So how can governments deal with out-of-control debt? They have four options: default, stoke inflation, raise taxes, cut spending. Sovereign defaults are currently at record levels, as many less developed countries are refusing to pay their debts. While our credit rating has fallen recently, a default is unlikely for Canada. Inflation seems far more likely. By simply printing more money, governments can erode the value of future debt payments. This might sound like a good idea, but it causes tremendous pain for the rest of the economy. When inflation gets out of hand, the effect on ordinary citizens is ruinous. Imagine paying a mortgage rate of 21%. It happened in Canada in 1981. No one wants a return of runaway inflation. Governments can also decide to raise taxes to pay their bills. Here again, the results can be extremely damaging. When the federal Liberals raised taxes on wealthy taxpayers in 2016, the results backfired and total government tax revenue actually fell. Incentives matter. The final option is to pare back government spending to the bare essentials. Throughout the 1990s, Ottawa and the provinces embarked on spending reduction programs that were both politically popular and remarkably successful. Government budgets were balanced, debts shrank, and the economy boomed. Once the pandemic is over, paying down the debt will require a similar commitment to austerity. Our future prosperity depends on it.